The city night was a symphony of neon and rain. Each drop on the pavement was a tiny mirror for the electric glow that bled from the bars and shops. Elara, lost in the rhythm pulsing through her headphones, smiled as she walked. The world felt alive, a vibrant blur she moved through with the easy confidence of youth. She ducked into a hidden club, a slash of darkness in a graffiti-streaked alley, seeking the familiar thrum of bass in the anonymity of a crowd. Inside, the air was thick with smoke and perfume. It was in that sea of shifting lights and shadows that she saw him. Kai. He watched her from a corner, his gaze a tangible thing that cut through the noise. When he approached, the world seemed to slow. The crowd melted away until only he remained. His charismatic smile and intense eyes. In the din of the club, he leaned close, his words a ghost against her ear. "You're not like the others," he murmured, and she felt a dizzying pull, a mix of fascination and fear. Later, in the cool quiet of the alley, the moment became sharp and surreal. He held her with a possessive gentleness, and for a heartbeat under the single buzzing street, she saw something predatory shift behind his handsome features. Then came the bite. A shock, piercing pain in her neck that blossomed almost instantly into a wave of dizzying ecstasy, pulling her under before the world snapped to black. She woke to a morning that felt like an assault. The sun streaming through her apartment window was a physical blow, forcing her to recoil into the sheets. A violent sickness racked her body, a feverish chill that no blanket could warm. When she finally dragged herself to the bathroom mirror, a stranger stared back. Her skin was ashen, her pupils dilated into black pools, and a faint, spidery network of veins darkened the skin beneath her eyes. On her neck, two small, impossibly neat puncture marks were the only evidence of the night before. The bright light of the refrigerator felt like daggers in her eyes, and the sight of food, juice, yogurt, leftovers, turned her stomach. The torment lasted all day, but as the sun began to set, painting the city in hues of orange and gold, a strange peace settled over her. The sickness receded like a fever breaking, replaced by a surge of clean, cold strength. She stood at her window and took a deep breath, truly breathing for the first time all day. The world outside, once a familiar landscape, was now rendered in impossible detail. She could read the headline of a newspaper skittering down a street blocks away, hear the hushed conversation of a couple on a distant balcony, feel the city's frantic, collective heartbeat as her own. Drawn by an instinct she didn't understand, she moved. What was once a walk across her apartment became an instantaneous blur. Out on the street! The night welcomed her. The city sounds were no longer a cacophony, but a complex, beautiful symphony she could dissect and understand. She walked through the bustling crowds, a predator moving through a herd, feeling their warmth, hearing the rush of blood in their veins. For the first time, she felt powerful, detached and acutely, terribly hungry. She caught her reflection in the dark glass of a shopfront and stopped. The pale, sick girl from the mirror was gone. In her place stood a creature of the night, elegant, dangerous, and radiating a confidence she had never known. She was no longer just Elara. She was something more. Then she saw him. Kai was across the street, leaning against a wall, watching her with that same knowing smirk. He gave a slow nod, an acknowledgement from creator to creation. There was no fear in her, only a spark of defiance. A smirk of her own touched her lips, a silent challenge that revealed the glint of a newly sharpened canine. With a final look, she turned away from him, and with the fluid grace of a shadow, melted into the darkness of an alley, leaving the rain-slicked street empty once more. Her first night had just begun.